What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome to the finale of my F1 2016 career, Season 2. This is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and if you've missed any of the season then you've seriously missed out. It's been so enjoyable to race and you guys have enjoyed it, so thanks for the support. And yeah, it's all come down to this. Daniel Ricciardo, myself and Lewis Hamilton. So me and Ricciardo can become a first-time world champion. Hamilton can become a fifth-time world champion, including Season 1. So, high stakes here. I've got an 8-point deficit to Ricciardo, and Hamilton is a further 8 points behind me. So, there's a load of championship permutations, but honestly, I was just going to ignore them, try and win the race, and just see what happens at the end of the race. So, effectively, I have to win. I've got to say, I think I have to win. Ricciardo third, that's the best scenario. Hamilton's going to have a tricky job, but hey, he can pull it out the bag. A lot has happened this season, and it usually does in F1.
I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
There is our final upgrade of the season. It's not the one we desired, but engine power, hey, we'll take it all the way. So that's going to help us out on the long straights at the Abu Dhabi circuit. So we're the only one to get an upgrade for this race. And yeah, in terms of the rivalry, we're not doing too well. We're probably not going to be Ricciardo. And I suppose if we win the race, then maybe we could be Ricciardo in the rivalry. We'll have to wait and see. My driver position isn't that secure either, because the past few races I haven't done very well. I've kind of chucked this championship away, but to be fair, Ricciardo has retired a couple of times this season. So in terms of vehicle performance, we're up to second again. We've jumped over Mercedes with that engine power upgrade. And we're just behind Red Bull, but Red Bull just seem to be very dominant. They seem to have a lot better pace than myself and Jolyon. But as we look at the results for this season, we have, how many victories do we? 6 victories. So if we do tie in points, I do have the advantage over Ricciardo and Hamilton there. But it's that middle period of the season, 5 podiums in a row, that shaped us up for this title bid. But if you look at the previous 3 races, we've got not many points at all. Last season I finished P5. Would that help me this season? Probably not, so we're going to have to aim for the victory. So, into qualifying. And after a couple of laps, we're at P17. But this lap, I just put everything into this lap. I was so concentrated, just throwing the car around. We need to get pole position, because Ricciardo is currently on pole. He is the championship leader, so we need to jump up the order. But already, we're nearly 1.5 seconds up, so this has been such a great lap. I'm not great at qualifying around this circuit, but here we go, up to the line. Is it going to be a positive qualifying position for us? It's P6. That means we're quite far behind Ricciardo, but at least we're relatively close. Just behind our teammate Jolyon as well. Where's Hamilton? Hamilton's P10. So, considering he definitely has to win the race to win this title, really, is not in a great position, so it's already starting to look good for Ricciardo, but a lot can happen, and it's the final race of the season. Everyone's going to be all guns blazing, so let's see what happens. So, here we are, we're sat on the grid, and I'm going to be honest guys, I was feeling nervous before this race. I was taking it really seriously. It's just like a league race where I just wanted to be focused, concentrating, got to beat Ricciardo, got to win this race. But obviously it's dry in Abu Dhabi. I don't think I've ever seen rain around here, but yeah, we're in an okay position. We're in a position to challenge, that's the main thing, but 2 seasons have led up to this moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with Renault for this season, and there's a lot of pressure on me, and there's nothing in terms of constructors, so I don't have to concentrate on the team because we're solidly in 3rd place. So, for this race, obviously we'll be reducing the fuel load because our fuel efficiency is very good with this car. The upgrades have done us very nicely. In terms of strategy, I have just done the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in a league race. It's weird how that's worked out, because the same happened in Mexico, but I one-stopped that one, but I also started outside the top 10. So, for this, I was hoping to 2-stop, even though I'm scheduled to recommended to 3-stop. So, I was thinking 1 set of each compounded tyre should help us I wasn't entirely convinced, but we're going to obviously start on the ultra softs and then go for the softs and then take it from there. But aiming for the 2-stop, I think that's the best way to get ahead of, say, Ricciardo, for example, if he's ending up 3-stopping. So here we go, finale of season 2 in my F1 2016 career, Abu Dhabi, 5 lights and away we go. Can we get a good start? And it's not been too good. Ricciardo looks like he's got a good start ahead, but we're not concentrating on him. Look at Palmer go straight up the middle, and we're going to make a slight contact with Hulkenberg. He's drifted a bit too wide, but we've got the inside line here, so we should get him up to P5 here. And we're trying to get round Verstappen here. Palmer and Rosberg side by side are seriously holding me and Verstappen up, so we're going up the inside of the Red Bull, and we make slight contact with Palmer, and we can see Ricciardo in the distance. Look at the gap he's got. These two are blocking the whole track. They're making contact, and I'm thinking, oh my god, get out the way. This is the worst start possible because these two, look at Ricciardo's gap already. It must be nearly 2-3 seconds, so Rich makes, here we go, double overtake, using their slipstream just to blast past them both, and there we go, up to P2, so usually that would be a brilliant start for myself, but look at Ricciardo in the distance. We're going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to put in some mega laps, and as I look behind me, the battles just continue. I look behind and I was thinking, are they 3 wide? I think they're nearly 4 wide. It's absolutely incredible what's going on back there. And to be fair, I'm lucky not to be involved in that. So luckily I got a good start, and now we're trying to chase down Ricciardo. 2.5 seconds behind, but the battle behind us is not helping because, kind of like Hamilton and Rosberg's situation, Hamilton needed someone to finish between himself and Rosberg. If I win this race, I need someone to finish between myself and Ricciardo, and based on the battle behind us, that's not going to happen. So on to lap 4 now, and Ricciardo's actually got into the pits. I thought that was very strange, and it does suggest he is committing through a 3-stop, but to pit on lap 3, that's a strange one. But I looked at the minimap and I thought he's going to be in some major traffic, so he could lose a lot of time. So I came into the pits a couple of laps later. I could have probably gone for another lap, but I thought this was a sensible choice. So we're coming in to put on the soft compound tyres, and it's going to be key where we end up. So Ricciardo set the fastest lap of the race, so he mustn't be in heavy traffic. And are we going to come out in traffic? That's going to be important for our race as well. And we come out just ahead of our old mate Grosjean. Ah, Roman. I remember you from Season 1. Not seen you too much in Season 2, but I was a bit eager here, to say the least. Cutting the corner there, just, yeah, getting too excited because I saw Ricciardo in the distance. And we skipped to lap 10 now. Not a lot happened, really. The car's ahead of me, Pit. But now, I could look in my mirrors and see Ricciardo's teammates. So Verstappen was going to be putting me under pressure. Ricciardo finally overtook Kvyat, who actually held him up for a couple of laps. So the Toro Rosso driver had some decent pace, and I just wanted Kvyat ahead of Ricciardo. But the gap now, it must be about 3-4 seconds, but a little bit later on, something happens. I was hoping for a safety car, but it's a virtual safety car. It doesn't help too much. You can only gain minimal amounts of time. This is actually what happened. I saw a Ferrari in the wall, and it looks like Vettel's made contact with the back of a Williams. A bit unlucky there, but you seem to get a few incidents with the AI on the exit of that chicane. Yep. Could have been a safety car. Shame it wasn't, so we continue now. And my teammate's in the pits already, so he's definitely going for 3-stop. So if we look into the distance, them two cars are closer than they were before. So we have gained through that virtual safety car, but we really could have done with a safety car. I mean, I just need to be brought towards Ricciardo, but Ricciardo just has some stellar pace with that Red Bull. It's just far too quick, and now the gap's 4.5 seconds, and actually Verstappen behind me is putting me under pressure. He is closing in pretty dramatically, and we can see Hamilton set the fastest lap. He has just crossed the start finish line. I'd presume he's made a second pit stop. I wasn't checking the race director like I usually do. I just wanted to concentrate on winning this race. That was my main focus. So coming on to lap 15 now, is Ricciardo into the pits? Yes, he is. So with 13 or 14 laps to go even, Ricciardo's definitely doing a 3-stop, so I had in my mind, the only way I'm going to win this race and beat Ricciardo is to go for a 2-stop, because I don't have the pace to close in about 5 seconds, and I've got to say tyre wear around here was very tricky, a lot trickier than I've experienced in the past, and I just wanted to make the 2-stop work, but I wasn't feeling entirely confident. We're on lap 16 now, and Valtteri Bottas, who I think started outside the top 10, as I get recommended to do a 3-stop, no chance engineer. Bottas now takes the lead, so yeah, it's not looking the best at the moment. So I don't know if Bottas is going to do a 2-stop. It'll be interesting to see, but we just need to get to our pit lap, and I was hoping to go to lap 18, but a bit of a change in plan. And here we go. We've got a puncture. Oh, absolute disaster. That tyre was at around 77%, and now Ricciardo's coming up behind us. This is not what we need. The championship could be over in this moment, so I decide to block him. He makes a bit of contact. I didn't want to do any dirty tactics, but I thought I had to block him or do something. But no, Ricciardo's got past him. Give him a slight nudge, but you could say that could be championship over now. Oh, absolutely devastating news. And look at this. What is Verstappen doing? Smash into the back of me. Why couldn't Ricciardo have done that? I'm saying to myself. But yeah, he just doesn't attempt to overtake me. I'll try and get out the way, but just straight into the back of me. So I'm coming into the pits. This will hopefully be my final pit stop as Verstappen comes in, along with, I think that was Raikkonen. But we took them soft compound tyres for, what was it, 12 laps. We're aiming to take these super soft tyres 11 laps. I've got to say, I wasn't feeling entirely confident, and I thought I don't even know if we'll get a point here at this race. We lost so much time to Ricciardo, but still just hoping for the safety car. A safety car can come out at any moment, and I desperately needed it to win this title. It wasn't looking good for me or Hamilton. Hamilton is absolutely nowhere in this race. I think he's actually still behind me, but now here comes Verstappen after his incident, crashing into the back of me. He is on the ultra soft tyres, so I thought there's not too much point fighting this. I'd probably be better off just following him, taking DRS, and then just trying to catch up to Ricciardo somehow. But more contact in this chicane, and it's Nico Rosberg with a McLaren. Yeah, they get stuck together, have a bit of a coffee on the side of the track, once again hoping for a safety car, but no, has to be a virtual safety car. I guarantee if I was in the lead, that would be a safety car. I mean, I don't know if that's programmed into the game, but it's so frustrating, and I suppose it does help me in terms of tyre wear for finishing this race, but not in terms of the championship. So now we're coming on to lap 22. Tyre wear's around 25%. It's going to be touch and go by the end of the race, but Ricciardo, I think he's still in the lead actually, and yeah, it wasn't filling me with much confidence, especially when you get overtaken by Toro Rosso. So Sainz, on the same compounded tyre as me, has overtaken me, and yeah, I think we're going to be on for a bit of a battle because I need to fight back here, and I was thinking championship, it's not looking good, so we're going to battle for a bit of pride, and actually Hamilton's just behind us, so yeah, there could be a battle between championship contenders 2 and 3. It'd be a bit unnecessary, but still, just for the entertainment. So round the outside, getting Sainz here, locking up, not helping our tyre wear at all, but we defend our position, and I've just noticed Verline's in P6. The manner has been so uncompetitive in this second half of the season, it's unbelievable, so if he could get some decent points here, that'd be a great performance for him. And now we're at 45% with 4.5 laps to go. So it's going to be, it could be like high 80s based on my quick mathematics there. But once again, we're doing the same thing with Sainz. So he'll probably get better traction here. I'll get DRS, and Hamilton will put me under pressure. So it's a great battle here for the fans. But yeah, it's looking very unlikely that we will be winning the title. I'm sorry to be sounding negative, but I am very disappointed. But we defend once again from Sainz. Classic defensive moves around Abu Dhabi. Lap 25, sides around 3, so here we go. But this time Hamilton's a lot closer, so we're trying to defend here, but Hamilton just breezes past, and we're going to try and make it 3 wide. No, we're not. We're breaking a bit too early there to fight back. Hamilton's getting very close to sides, bit of contact. Are we going to slip it up the inside? No, we're not. We're holding back slightly, but it looks like Sainz has got out of reach for us, so we're going to use the slipstream to fight back for a bit of pride against Hamilton. Let's try and overtake him and not take him out, but we go up the inside. Are we going to get our position back? Yes, we are. Just keep the car on the track. There we go. Nicely done. So we're into P8. Probably won't see Sainz again, so oh, you can see I'm just struggling with oversteer, and it's just a struggle on these tyres. I've absolutely destroyed them in this race. I've actually tried managing them as well, so very worrying indeed. But Hamilton once again gets past us. We get awful traction out the hairpin, and oh, we're braking late, nearly into the back of the Mercedes, but we should get DRS once again. Our teammate Palmer's catching up, so I'm not sure what's happened to him, but yeah. It's not been a great race for Renault, I've got to say. We did have a great start as well, so we're going to fight back with Hamilton. We're going to take the outside line this time, just so we get a better run through here. And Hamilton's gone into us, a bit of contact. Hamilton is round, and you'll see in the replay what actually happened. He clips that huge inner curb, which launches his car into him. It is kind of spectacular. It's not spectacular as Gutierrez in Season 1, where he launched the car like nearly, what, 45 degrees I'd say. It was insane. But you'll see he just turns in slightly too early, clips it, flies into me and he's round. So looks like he won't be scoring any points in this race and it's going to be a disappointing end to the season for him. But now on the penultimate lap of the race, my teammate's on my tail, so I pretty much just let him through. He might as well score some points. And now we got Raikkonen as well just to compound things, and we're just trying to keep in the way, and he's made contact with him. We're locked up and we've got a penalty. I mean, we get smashed in the rear and we get a penalty for corner cutting. Justice, F1 2016, give me justice. So yeah, it's just the Ferrari braking too late, damaging his front wing. I have to bunny hop the curb so I don't hit my teammate, and I don't think I even got a warning for the second corner cut. So a penalty for the first one is just unjust. Poor move, Raikkonen. Ah, come on, guys. This has just been a disastrous end to the season. So we're in P10 hoping for a point. We do have that penalty, so Button behind us might be beating us, but look at our tyre wear. This has been an awful way to try and win the title, but I have had fun in this race, though it has been disappointing. But we're coming to the line, the end of Season 2, and it's going to be P11. I saw Jensen Button just behind us, so that penalty means we don't score any points in the championship decider. Daniel Ricciardo is a first-time world champion. Congratulations to the Red Bull driver. Yeah, I guess he deserves it then. Any world champion does, even Nico Rosberg. Yeah, I hear Hamilton fans smashing the table with that kind of comment. But there we go. Ricciardo didn't actually win the race. He was really dominant. So, two-stop OP right there. Bottas wins. I couldn't make the two-stop work at all. Probably because of using the ultra-soft tyres, but we finished, actually, Verline, that's it. I've got to give a shout out to Verline, P6 there. We ended up in P11. We still beat Lewis Hamilton, though, so we're definitely better than him. And, yeah, confirmed second in the standings for us. Disappointment. It's been a fun season, though. There's the rest of the finishes, and actually quite a few struggles there from big names. Vettel out the points, Massa out the points, Rosberg out the points. So, yeah, not a great race, especially for Mercedes, but I still think they win the Constructors' Championship. Final standings for Season 2. It looks like Ricciardo's just blown us away recently, but 26 points. It was close for most of the season. We're ahead of Hamilton, ahead of Rosberg, but in a Renault to beat two Mercedes, I'm happy with that performance. We look further down, Jolyon finished in P8, 112 points. Bit disappointing he couldn't contribute a bit more for the Constructors' battle, but that could lead me to make decisions. I'll say that. Decisions for the end of this video, because there is a contract signing. And that could get very interesting. So, as Bottas won a few races this season, so P7, I'm going to say that's probably a bit disappointing for him, but he's outperformed his car, so I guess not. 4 cars didn't score, the 2 Haas's and the 2 Saubers. So yeah, Haas have really gone backwards from Season 1. So we'll have a quick look at the Constructors now. And I think we definitely ended up third. We're miles behind the top 2, miles ahead of Ferrari. So Mercedes win by 6 points, even though they didn't score any points in this final race. Force India had a great finish there and jump above Toro Rosso to end up in P6. So, we're building up to a moment here. It's a contract signing. I could stay with Renault, or I can move to a new team. Let's see what I decide to do.
Hey, do you have a minute? It took longer than I hoped, but we have offers. Take a look.
Here we go then, first office, and I was so disappointed. How we haven't got a big team offer, I do not know. So, it's the same offers from Season 1. We haven't had any offers in Season 2, so I don't understand how this system works. How am I supposed to progress? But Renault, I don't think it's working out. I mean, my teammate is awful. He just doesn't contribute. And I've been noticing Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg scoring a lot of points in a pretty weak car. They did finish 6th in the Constructors, just above Toro Rosso, who have a stronger car. So I think it's time to make a change. And I feel like with Force India, we can make some progress and become one of the better teams in F1. And we'll have a better shot at the Constructors. And hopefully, I can win my first world title. So there we go. We're joining Force India. I'm not sure if you expected that, guys, but yeah, look out for Season 3 then. New year, new team, but I'll be putting out a season highlights package for this. Thank you guys for watching. Do leave a like if you have enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel, and I'll catch you in Season 3. Goodbye.